Happy Fridays everyone, my name is Trueburgers and welcome back to Grounded. Today's video on Grounded will not be of our Let's Play, but instead we will be looking at some of the best base locations to get you started in Grounded survival and secure you a nice base where you won't constantly be raided by ants or bugs. These bases are specifically selected from locations that I found throughout the map and where I find that you can build yourselves a nice looking map with not too much of a hassle. It's easy to get to and the natural environment around them will defend it very well. I've selected a total of 3 different locations that I'm going to show you throughout this video, and I'm just going to show you a little base that I made on each of the locations to give you an idea of what this will look like exactly. The first base that we will be looking at is located on the northwest part of the map. It is found on a huge rock. The second one will be located in the middle of the map. We will build the one on a huge leaf that is also very covered from its surroundings, just like the rock. And the third one is a bit more open, but planted very close to the oak tree in case you really find yourselves doing a lot of stuff with Burgle the robot. Let's get into the bases and show you what each of the base has to offer. So the first base is located in the northern west of the map, or the northwestern bit of the map basically. The base here is planted on top of a huge rock. The rock can be accessed quite easily. You'll be able to see that in just a second, but here you go. That is the exact location that I'm at in order to look at it. You find these small rock formations in front of this huge rock, and you simply jump onto those. And once you jump onto those, you are at this huge plateau. The good thing about this plateau is that all of the small creatures and all of the small bugs and ants and spiders and all the stuff that you encounter through the world of Grounded cannot really access this rock. So once you're up here and you're able to build a base, well, then you can quite easily get up here and you can get yourself started with a base that is safe from attacks and stuff. At least I haven't found myself being attacked by anything while I have had my base up here. So a very nice location to start your first base. I went ahead and just built sort of a little fortress up here that could keep me safe with some nice lookouts so I could see through the entire map. I'm just shutting off the lights here as we go because they caused a bit of lag while recording this. But a very, very nice base. And as you can see, I just sort of gave the area a little bit of a living thingies that you need in order to survive. I made a dew collector, I made a drying rack, and as well a little campfire so you can cook some food on it. I also put up some spike traps there. You don't necessarily need them, I just thought it looked very neat, and just to give you guys some inspiration and some ideas as to what you can do with this base. I'm already moving along here, just showing you all of the surrounding area and some of the stuff that you can encounter, because this place is very, very close to the huge ant nest. I haven't fully explored this ant nest just yet, so I cannot even tell you all of the dangers that lie in that lies within that ant nest. So you're gonna have to do some of that exploring for yourself. But all in all, I just think the area is so cool and definitely worth a place to build, because you'll be close to those ants and you'll be able to gather a bunch of resources from those ants, and you're just generally surrounded by a good amount of dandelions and a good amount of grass. Besides that, we also have a can, which is one of the special places basically where you can get yourself some food, and you'll also find a hot dog over here, and the hot dog is a great food resource as well. You do need tier 2 axes or chopping tools in order to actually get that food and harvest it for yourself. But once you get that, you'll be very close to a stable food source. Another thing that's really nice about this area is also that you're located very close to a spider fence, as well as the backyard pond that you see here, which also has a decent amount of surprises hiding for you as you explore all the way around it. It's in general just an area that offers a wide variety of different kind of resources and different kind of adventures. And just here to your left, you'll usually find a couple of spiders hiding the web that we're looking at here right now. I am in creative right now, which is why there are no actual creatures waiting for us, but under normal circumstances there will be plenty of spiders hiding around this spider fence right here. For the next area, this is base number 2. This is by far my favorite starting location, and especially for the ones that just have started playing this game. The area just offers a great amount of resources around you. You're in the middle of everything, so it's easy for you to go anywhere and explore, and you'll never be very far away from your base, considering that the grounded map at the moment is not the biggest. You have access via a branch here that is broken off with a single leaf sticking out from it. I added some nice lightning all the way to it, so I can also always easily find it once I'm moving out and about. And then on top of that leaf, I just made I think it's a 3x2 foundation setup, I believe. So it doesn't take a lot of clay. And on top of that, a small little house. And as you can see, just by doing that, we already have enough height to literally gain an overview of the entire area. And this house has more than enough storage to provide a nice little starting area, and then we can use the rest of the platforms out here to just make a little cooking area and a workbench, so you can get all of your stuff crafted. You can access this base from 2 different directions. As you can see, we can also go this way. This area is on top of a little hill, so this is the only way. There is not 4 or all directions that you can actually gain access to this area. It is just this little area that we're looking at here through this leaf as well as that branch. The enemy ants and bugs will not be able to crawl up the branch, so you'll be safe from there, and that also means that the base is pretty safe. As soon as you can make yourself a trampoline, well, bam, put a trampoline down at the leaf and you'll be able to get up that way as well, which is a super cool little detail there and a fun way to access your base, in my opinion, once you build these higher up bases. So it looks super cool, and all around this area you will find different sorts of landmarks that are worth exploring, and which will provide you with adequate amount of leaves or water and grass and stems and all the stuff that you need in order to survive. As you can see there, dandelions literally right next to you. This area actually also holds a decent amount of shrooms around you, which you can use for food. But besides that, we also have some landmarks here with an old juice box, and then we have the food resources here. And moving just a little bit into the center, you'll also find the mystery box, the first sort of quest that we get. And next to that mystery box, you'll find a pretty decent amount of research stations as well all around that. So it's all in all just by far my most recommended, and definitely also my favorite location for a starting base, because you'll be close to everything that really matters in this game and everything that you need in order to finish off the quest line as it is right now. So for the third and last base, we are looking at a base that is located a little bit more to the east, a little bit more north than the previous base that we visited. This base is a cool base if you want to be close to Burgle the robot and you want to be able to always go in there, do your dailies, and be close to the lab if that is your favorite place of exploring. I want to say that this area is probably also the most dangerous of the areas, because the tree holds wolf spiders, and wolf spiders are sort of the giants of the current line of enemies that you have. This base is also a little bit more open than the other ones, meaning that it's easier for your enemies to access it. Luckily though, all of these access points can also function as choke points for your enemies. So with a nice spike trap setup, then you'll be easily defended against all of them. I actually put down these spike traps just to show you guys. But first of all, this branch that we're moving on right now, this branch you can always use as your entry point. And again, animals won't be able to crawl up here, so you'll be decently safe once moving up on this little branch here. You can see the spike traps that I put out there in order to defend you from that direction. And then basically here we have 2 different directions where they can come from each of these tree roots. I blocked off each of these tree roots with spike traps, and once you've done that, your base is around, I would say, 80%, 90% safe here. Some might find a way, one way or the other, to get up there, but your sort of baseline of defending your base, no pun intended, is much better than it would otherwise be, and it's still way more recommended than, for example, if you just built this base on ground. The reason that I also really like this place right now is as you can see on screen here, we have pretty much indefinite amount of food around us. The acorn is by far the best food that you can just harvest all around the world right now. And the oak tree just provides so many acorns, and they respawn with a nice rate. And there is also a bunch of sap all around you. In case you want to go have an overlook of the entire world, well, then you live pretty much right next to one of these garden lights, and this one is super easy to access. And once you crawl up there, well, bam, there you have it. Once again, pretty much an overlook of the entire map. Takes no time to get here, and you'll be able to get your bearings in seconds. You will be able to also find a good amount of grass and a decent amount of dandelions around here. The grass is all around us. You do have to run just a few meters centimeters, should I say, in order to get to it. But once you get to it, you don't really have to run as far as compared to if you build the base on the other side of the oak tree. The dandelions are a bit further away, but as soon as you get your hands on a level 2 chopping tool, well, then you'll have plenty of stems all around you, because there are quite a lot of these small saplings growing around the oak tree. And once you can cut those down, then you have a more than enough stems that you will need for your base anyways. So if you have some patience and you know where to go in order to find your level 2 crafting stuff, well, then you'll be pretty good here. I'll do a video on how to get that later on, so if you're watching this sometime after the upload, well, then I definitely recommend you to go to my channel and see if you can find any of that stuff. That will pretty much be it for this base recommendation video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really would love for you guys to just go and give a little subscription to the channel if you enjoy the grounded content that you see, or any other of the content. We are closing in on that 10,000 subscriber count, and I would love to see me hit it before the end of 2020. So please help me do that. Smash a like if this was useful for you, and thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.